I know that I speak for fans of wrestling. It was amazing to see you at the Royal Rumble this year. What was that like for you? I mean, for everyone that was there, you got by far the biggest pop.
I mean, it was one of those things that I didn't know whether they would use me or what capacity they would use me, but I knew that, like, for 4 years I've been walking through airports, and like, fans would come up with that look on their face, and they'd be like, Kevin Nash, oh my God, what are you doing nowadays? And I'd be like, I wrestle for TNA. You wrestle for who? TNA. What are they? I thought, you know, it was an easy paycheck. I drive 60 miles from my house and top down, drink a couple of beers, wrestle, drive back, and it was, you know,
yeah,
it was an easy gig. And I said to myself, I said, I got to go back. I'm going to go ahead and dye the gray hair and go back. And when I went out there, it was one of those things. Like, I took 2 steps through, and it was funny because, you know, when you're like, early in your career, it just kind of rushes by you.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you know, it's just like, that was like one of those times I took a couple steps out there and I stopped and I looked and it was just like, wow, like, those people, like, way up there standing, and they are, and, you know, you just absorb it because you know that those times are few and far between. And it was one of those things that I called my wife that night. I said, if I never get in the ring again, that was worth it.
Brilliant.
Wow.
You know? It really was.
Did you have the fear before you went in? What if these guys don't remember what I did here?
You do. Mm. You never. I mean, you could go out there and, like, I mean, it's because they've went so young, you know, and so far away from that. And I had not been that character since '96. So June of '96 was the last time, and when McIntyre and Sheamus put the boots to me in the corner, and they actually didn't chant Nash but chanted Diesel, then it was just like, wow, like,
that was amazing because you had a run since then as part of the NWO as Nash. So then you're coming back as Diesel. Who made that call that you were going to go in as Diesel?
I did because I knew that Vince wanted me to come back. Vince and I talked a few years ago, and he wanted me to come back, and I was going to do a thing with Shawn. We were going to do, but I wanted to come back great because Shawn was losing his hair, and I wanted to have that contrast picture of, you know, Shawn with the double bicep and me standing behind him, and just kind of,
yeah,
like with the Kenny Rogers look before the plastic surgery.
Yeah,
and
Kenny looks like you did first time as Diesel now. Yeah,
Kenny looks like I did coming out of the womb. I think. But you know, it was one of those deals where I just and he said no. He said I want you. You know, I want you. You know. That character's got dark hair. This is that character, and I told him he was wrong, and once again he was right. So, okay, you were right, rich man.
Yeah, he got it right quite a lot of times.
Yeah, he does have a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
So no, it was but and he, you know, when I came back that night, and we hugged. In Boston, it was like he was happy for me. I could tell he was genuinely happy for me. I could tell Stephanie was, of course, you know, Triple H was, but, like, you know, the people that were there with me early in my career were happy that I got the response I did.
Yeah, and we were all as fans just delighted to have you back.
Thank you very much.
And also the appreciation you got at the Hall of Fame as well. When Shawn was inducted and you guys come on at the end, you and X-Pac and Shawn and Triple H. How did that feel, you guys being back together?
Well, so, yeah, it would have been great. It's, you know, it's almost like, you know, the Beatles came out and it's like, you know, to me, it's like Lennon wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't there. Scott wasn't there, and it wasn't that he was dead. It was just that he wasn't there.
And was that Scott's decision not to go?
Yeah, but at the same time, it was kind of, you know, it wouldn't have been a good decision because he was, you know. It's like, even like, you know, they were talking about bringing him on this trip, and I just like, you know, Scott in a 9-hour plane ride. You know, it's like putting Lee Harvey in the book depository with unlimited ammo. Somebody's getting shot in Daly Plaza.
Yeah. But yeah,
he's a patsy. I'm sorry, Lee Harvey's a patsy.
I'd like, it wasn't him. No, and it wasn't Scott. It was the guy in the grassy knoll.
Gerald Ford.
Yeah, it was the FBI all along. Scott Hall was innocent of it.
Absolutely.